Alright, so I had a couple more things showed up since yesterday. Let's open this one up. So, oh yeah, perfect timing, guys, perfect timing. Oh wait, the wrong one. This is actually the hub-centric one. So let's give this a try. So this thing's a little tight, so it probably needs to jam it in there, or not jam it in there, but tap it in there a little bit. But that's good, it's solid. Now I'm gonna go ahead and test fit the side here as well. We're gonna do that when we take off the wheel, because this thing actually showed up today, and it should be what we need to test fit the wheels again, or to fix that wheel issue that we had. Should really stop doing this one-handed. Let's just hope that this thing is what it needs it to be. Okay, so far so good. It's pretty thin. This is the 3mm, and the lug pattern is supposed to be 5x112. I guess they also have a lug pattern here of 5x100, so you could use either one. It's also supposed to be hub centric, so it should fit without a problem. So let's go ahead and try this out. So I have a hub centric right here, ring already for the wheel, so I'm gonna have to take that off, and I'm guessing this is gonna be this way. Just need to make sure that our lug pattern is actually the open one. That one's way too small. Yeah, so like that. Alright, so this is how it looks with a 3mm spacer. It's not too bad in there, it's pretty thin. But look how much clearance I got just adding that 3mm. That's a good amount. I think a lot less would have sufficed, really. Like, look at this. But you know what? That's the thinnest one I found, at least with the hub centric and all that. So we are running with a 3mm. And it should be now good to go. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that and then do the same thing for the other side. Alright, so it's a different day. It's kind of getting hard to track what I did yesterday or the day before, so hopefully when I edit this out it kind of makes sense. Alright, so for the longest time I've been trying to figure out how to install my water injection kit, and you know what, with this tool right here I think I just figured out how to do that. Gotta go in here. So here is where my problem kind of arises. Okay, I was gonna go buy another one of this, because this is like I think like one gallon tank. I'm not sure how much water I actually will use in this setup. I know before I had like a 2.5 gallon, and that would last for like a couple weeks. Maybe later I will need a bigger one, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and use that. That's probably not a good idea. I feel like I should upgrade now, but you know what? We have this. We'll install it. If it doesn't work out, we'll upgrade. Now, here's what I had originally planned. I was gonna put this one right here in the bottom, something like that, right? And then put this on top, or something like that, or get another setup. I saw some tank that had basically like a tank like this, and then the pump will be in the bottom. But that one was like $150 to $200 and something. I don't know if I want to spend that much for just a tank. So what I figured out is this. Check it out. Now, technically, I think because it's just a pump, I should be able to just mount it like that, because the pump will be drawing from here and it's all going to be in the bottom, right? I don't necessarily have to have it like this, where I need to figure out how to mount it on this thing. And with this riveting tool, I should be able to just drill a hole, use the riveting tool, bolt it up, and that's it. Now I can now also mount this like this. I think I might have kind of made a mistake and made the hole a little bit too big, but we'll see if this works anyway, or works anyway. Oh yeah, loving this tool, guys. This is awesome. We ran into a bit of a problem. That hole right there is running into the tank fill, so just gotta move everything. I don't want to deal with punching a hole through there or drilling a hole through there. So I'm gonna put the pump right here and route the new lines, or route the lines to the side right here. Okay, so here's what I did. I ended up drilling the tree only and not the fourth one. Well, I actually drilled out the fourth one, but there's a tank under here, this tank, and it was very close, so then I couldn't really add the insert in there. So you guys can see I tried, but didn't work. I guess I need the insert fully in for that to work. Now, I think the tree should be fine, but if the worst comes to worst, right, and I need that fourth one, I guess I can go ahead and raise this up and put a insert in there. Worst comes to worst. Hopefully I don't need to. I think the tree should be fine, considering, you know, it's just a pump, guys. So we'll see. If it becomes a problem again, I'll put back the fourth one, or I'll put the fourth one in. If not, then I'll rock it with tree. Okay, so here's a couple things for those people that have never installed a methanol injection kit. They come with like push locks like this, and they're literally just quick connects. You push them in and then they lock in. That's it. Super simple, super easy. And they usually come with a cover like this. You can see here. See, when I try to pull it out, it gets stuck. What you have to do is you actually have to push this in. Then that allows you to pull out the hose. I'm just gonna do this with one hand. Push it in like this, and then you pull out the hose. See that? That's how that works. Okay, so here's my tank installed. Again, the line goes in the bottom there. That's the red line that you see. And then, just as I suspected, 3 bolts is plenty. Look at that. You'd have to be really moving it, or you'd have to be really going crazy for this thing to even move. And it's not gonna make any sort of noise, so that's good enough. This thing is pretty solid on there, so all good. Only thing now we need to figure out is how to route these lines, because the line goes all the way over there. So need to reroute that, somehow make it come out of here, maybe come up this way and then make a turn and go in here. Okay, so kind of match with the rest of the fuel lines. And then you got your trigger wire right here. The trigger wire will be connected to the trigger wire like as planned, but this one will be just the ground that's gonna be powering the pump and all that stuff. It's just gonna share that ground, so it should be good. Now if I really wanted to, I guess I could just send this down and use that bolt as well, but yeah, whichever way, I think it'll work out just fine. Now before I work on the lines again, I do want to put in the dual pump, because I did get my 450 liter pump right here. Now this pump will be the primary pump. So I'm going to go ahead and take everything else out, and then see if we can modify this to now accept some new fittings. Some new fittings, because I do want to put 8 gauge wire through, and I can't do that. So I'm going to go through a bulkhead fittings. I'm going to go ahead and take off this setup off camera, because there's plenty of guys that shows you how to do this, and yeah. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out today and kind of get it installed. Now, the first thing, we're going to need to set this up. So this is going to be the secondary pump. The problem is, I don't remember where I put that O-ring for this. Shoot. Alright, here's what I'm going to do before I actually start anything. I'm going to go ahead and collect everything that we need for right now. Well, let's see if we can get this going. I'm going to go ahead and take off the cover here first. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing going. I'm just going to put you guys on the stand there. And I'll try not to move you guys too much. Oh, this thing is stuck. What's up? Oh my goodness. What happened? This thing like fused itself or something. There we go. Think got it. Yep. Cool. Alright, so that separates that. Let's see. Hopefully I have one just as long as this, because that could be a problem if I don't. shoot, I ordered the same size. Well, slightly longer. See, hopefully this is the longer one. And it looks like... Alright, looks like it could be the same one. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna use this for this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and actually put that on. Now, I don't recall if this first pump right here has two or not. Yeah. Oh well. We'll put both. Okay, remember, this new one is gonna be our primary, and it's a 450 pump. The secondary pump is a 525, the similar or same one that Hellcat uses. So, let's see. Whew. So, for my next build, I am pretty sure that I will no longer be messing around with a factory tank. I'm just gonna go straight aftermarket. There's no point, because everything else that you do, you're basically modifying everything to be able to fit this with the factory stuff. So it takes more time, and it's probably by now, I want to say by now, probably about the same cost as if I would have just gone with an aftermarket tank. And I think it would have been a lot simpler too. Okay. Now, technically though, with my new grinder piece up there, I think I could actually trim this out a lot more. So maybe it'll be a good idea to reset everything. Just take off everything here, and start kind of over. So yeah, let's go do that. Okay, let's see if we can get this right. 2 in the bottom, 1 in the bottom, or 3 in the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and give it its own O-ring. And then on the top, 3, right? 1, 2, missing one more. 3. Alright, so let's see. There we go. So that'll be 1, 2, and 3. This is gonna be the ground. Now I have 2 holes, so it's gonna go like this. That'll be our ground. You can separate it completely. 1 and 2. So I just realized the camera stopped recording when I was making this, but yeah. So here's the new harness. So let's see, ground will be right there. Ah, got it backward. Alright, there you go. That is pretty tight. I'm pretty sure that's pretty sealed. So, that's good. That's one. Let's do the next one. Okay, let's see if we get this right. Our primary would be this one. Primary, ground, primary. Primary would be the 450, and 525 secondary. Cool. Now let's figure out how to assemble the rest of this stuff. There's the pump. So the wiring is all done, right? That's the easy part. I think that's the easy part. Hopefully it's the hard part, and the rest would be easier. Okay. Now we can get this going. I'm thinking, let's see. If it looks like this from over there. Okay, so this setup is done. Everything is clipped together. It's all good to go. In the past, I'm gonna say this. In the past, I've actually connected the pump backward, so it wasn't pulling out any fuel. So this time around, before I lock everything in place, I'm gonna go test that out. So let's go ahead and bring this inside. Let's check to make sure that all our wiring is good to go, and then we'll finalize everything if everything is good to go. Alright, it's bending the hose way too much. I'm not sure if this is gonna work well, but at least I know it could actually, well, let's see. Alright guys, moment of truth. I have the ground connected, and we're gonna test out the first one. So the primary pump, if this thing powers on and it actually builds pressure on the regulator, then we're good. So wish me luck. Sounds like it's working. Let's check. Sweet. Looks like it's working, guys. Alright guys, so I'm pretty excited about the dual pump setup. All I need is one of this for the 8 gauge, and that is it. Now unfortunately I can't really test out the boost part because it's kind of boost activated. Well, actually, you know what? I could test it out. Because it is boost activated, I guess I could use my compressed air, send it through my boost controller, so my boost controller thinks there's a boost, and it should trigger the pump. Alright guys, so this is an absolute must if you have a V5 S4 and you're installing a dual pump. See this clear area right here? You have to get that on this specific area. And let me show you guys on the board. Alright guys, so I'm gonna do this on the board because I just spent like 2 hours trying to install that, and I'm just pretty much done with that part. So I'm not gonna take it out to show you guys. But what you have here, this is your disc from the top if you're installing a dual pump. So this is your pump 1, and then this is your pump 2, and then this is your bucket. Okay. Now very important, the bucket is not actually fully round. There's like a little edge right here, and this is a raised area. Okay. What you have to make sure is if you're installing a dual pump, this right here matches this. So you should have no pump on this area, okay? Do not put a pump there, because you could rotate this disc that you could end up having pump 1 here, for example, and then this will be your blank area. Do not do that, because you cannot, or you will not be able to get it to lock. I tried. Okay, what I had to do was I had to shift this and rotate it. So I had my other pump here, and this is blank, so nothing there. And that was the only way I can get it to fit because of this raised area right here. That might be a general knowledge for the guys that are doing dual pump, but yes, just something I encountered. This is a pain. Alright guys, so I'm gonna end the video here. After that 2-hour fiasco there, I need to take a break. So the next episode will be a continuation of this one after I'm a little bit more refreshed. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.